Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Brawl Uncut. My name is Adam Cole, bringing to you the hot exclusive interviews, the hot exclusive scoops in RGW. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to also go to rgwshop.com and buy your T-shirt tonight. You have a 40% off deal. All you have to do is use promo code Trickster. That's right, promo code Trickster tonight, and you get 40% off your merchandise. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you a man that probably does not need no introduction, but we're going to give him one anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the current RGW World Heavyweight Champion. Put your hands together and make some noise for the chaotic Trickster.
Thank you, mon ami. That was quite the introduction, I must say. Quite the je ne sais quoi that you put into that opening statement.
Wow.
Now, I don't mean to cut you off, but before we get started, I just need to say, Mr. Carlos, you see who's got the most who's selling the most merch. You see who the crowd always seems to gravitate towards the most, and you see just who the best damn wrestler in this company is. But yet, because of my size, you say it's bad for business when everything around you is telling you otherwise. Let me ask you this question: like, is it me, or are you just a deer in the headlights when it comes to someone who doesn't fit your vision? Because that's what it seems like to me. But I'll get more into that later. Sorry to cut you off, Adam Cole. You may continue. My apologies.
Well, thank you very much. Now let's get down to business. It seems to me you're willing to open up and talk about anything what's on your mind. So let's just get right into this. Let's go all the way back to Here Comes the Money.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were expecting other people to win this, but unfortunately, not only did you just win the briefcase, on the same night you cashed in on No Mercy and becoming the new RGW World Heavyweight Champion. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, did you think it was possible?
Well, I mean, I don't mean to sound rude here, Cole, but let's be honest here. Thinking you can do it, having the confidence to do it, isn't that why we're here? I mean, if you don't have the confidence and you don't think you can do it, then chances are you probably can't. You may as well hang it up. You may as well hang it up, get the hell out of Dodge, and go find something else to do.
True.
So as far as can I do it, well, yeah, clearly. You know, ladder matches have always been a specialty of mine. But, and admittedly in past years I've had trouble winning this particular match, but this year I would not be denied. I wasn't picked, I wasn't a favorite and stuff like that, but to be completely honest with you, that seems to be the times when I tend to do my best, don't you think?
Well, I mean, let's go back into your whole career here. Some of your highlights. I mean, RGW World Heavyweight Champion, RGW International Champion, RGW Cruiser X Champion,
first ever.
And of course, RGW Tag Team Champion.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a ride for someone that was once known as RGW's punching bag. I'd say that that little moniker seems like a few and far between now. Seems like just a memory if it's lucky.
Right. You know what? Let's get into that. You know, a lot of people were saying, "Hey, Trickster, that's it. You're done." A lot of people were like, "Trickster does not have any more." Ever since your partner decided to, well, it's not more like she decided. It's more like she got injured during the match.
Right.
Ever since Bella took off, and by the way, speedy recovery out there. Ever since the whole
considering she's on her way back soon, so yeah, pretty speedy, huh? Continue.
Everybody wants to know. You know, hey, was she part of your motivation to become the World Heavyweight Champion? Was she the cause of all this? Was she the one who whispered in your ear and said, "Hey, Trickster, you can do it"?
You know something? I've always been someone that's always had that confidence, whether I've been by myself or whether it's been somebody else. But that said, I'd be damned if she wasn't part of why this started to happen. Because think about this. Now think about it now. The last person that I had to steamroll out of my way to that briefcase was none other than Sean Wolf, part of the Revolution Club. The same Revolution Club that took out my partner, and the same Revolution Club who I happened to cash in on their crown jewel. Again, revenge, and I've said this many times, revenge by proxy. It is, even by proxy, revenge is still a dish best served cold, to say the very least.
You know, Trickster, I gotta say, I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I wasn't really pulling for you in this match. I'll be honest with you. I was going with the critics. I was going with the critics. I looked at you and I was like, no, there's no way Trickster got this. There's no freaking way. And, you know, out of nowhere, here goes Trickster climbing up that ladder and pull the damn briefcase off. What I really want to know is this. What made you say, you know what, forget this, let's do it tonight?
Well, the same way I always have. To get to thinking about every single time that someone has doubted me, every single time that I've been looked at as a joke, every single time that someone's thought of me as nothing more than an afterthought, as nothing more than a flash in the pan, it at best, because normally they think worse than that.
Right.
It's the same motivation, and I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I'm going to go ahead and say this is the same motivation I've had my entire career. Whether I was going through month-long losing streaks years ago, or whether I'm standing here champion and haven't lost a single damn match.
Wow, very impressive.
Since Brawlmania.
You know, a lot of the critics are saying, hey, could this just be a fluke? I mean, is it? I mean, is this some kind of Cinderella story?
See, I can understand them saying this is a fluke if it was still July. I mean, I would think that a number of months, numerous setbacks, and two no mercy bombs through a table, and yet still champion later, I mean, speaks for itself, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Whether I've been Cruiser X champion, whether I've been international champion, whether I've been tag team champion with the greatest partner that I could have ever asked for, whether it's being world heavyweight champion 3 times, and yes, you know what? You can go ahead and bring up the 20 seconds, because that happens.
True.
If you wish. Because I have the perfect answer for it.
You know, Trickster, let me ask you this. So, let's move into Summer Bloody Summer. Mm-hmm. Mr. Carlos Cazadores said, and I quote, I need a champion who is over 6 feet tall. I need a champion who I can put on billboards. I need a champion who can be in movies. I need a champion who could represent my company, not only in TV and movies, but even in music as well. I mean, is Carlos Cazadores saying that you're not talented enough for any of this? Speaking of talent, you need a champion with some damn talent and doesn't look like a Three Stooges reject. You needed a damn champion that had all the skill in the world, even though he may not. I don't have to say it all the time to be it. I don't have to say it all the time to prove it. I don't have to say it all the time to prove I'm not just for the last number of months. I haven't just been the world champion of RGW. I just haven't been the heart and soul of RGW. Hell, I've been RGW. As far as the movies and TV and all that stuff, at least half of the criteria that he just named, you can just go ahead and toss them up. You can just ball it up and throw it out like candy wrap right now, because it's not happening. Now, because last I checked, what company are we in? RGW.
Cole, what company are we in? What is RGW?
Revolution Global Wrestling.
Thank you. Last I checked, what I'm paid what was that last one? What was that last one again? One more time. What was it?
Wrestling.
Is that not what we're here? Is that not what we're paid to do here? I didn't realize that all these other factors suddenly played a part into it. I didn't realize that the wrestling that RGW is supposed to stand for all of a sudden is put on the back burner. Because when it comes to wrestling, when it comes to what you can do in that ring, when it comes to in-ring talent, dare I say I can go toe-to-toe with just about anybody because there is not a single person in that locker room. Great as all of those superstars are, there's not a single person in that locker room that I can't go out and beat any day of the week.
Wow. Okay, so let's just say, let's go back into, I know we said we were done with Here Comes the Money, but let's go back into that pay-per-view real quick. We had yourself, Maxwell Verdi, Shane Garrison, Showtime, Tommy Tombstone, the return of Omega King, the return of TM Hick, and of course, should I say, a new rival, Sean Wolf.
Define new, exactly.
Well, let's not get into that too much, but let's just get down to business. Wasn't you, who out of these 7 men would be in your spot right now? Who would I be talking to right now if it wasn't you? If it
wasn't me that did it, to be perfectly honest, if it wasn't me that did it, I would have honestly said Showtime.
Wow. Why is that? The whole IWC is blowing up on this.
The thing about Showtime is Payne and Swindle both know what it's like to be at the top, correct?
Right.
They both know what it's like to be at the top. They've been there. Both of them have been there multiple times, much like myself. Showtime, he's one of those young guys. Say what you will about his attitude, or his past attitude, I guess, because of his new attitude change now. Props to you for that. Say what you will about his attitude, he did give me a hell of a fight in my hometown. He is every bit as good as he says he is. Unfortunately, whether or not I'm the person that you're going to take the title from, that's where things get a little dicey.
Whoa.
That's where things may hit a bit of a roadblock for you. Because this isn't just about me being World Heavyweight Champion. This is about breaking the mold, breaking the glass ceiling that Mr. Carlos tried to force on guys like me. Which, you know what's funny? And one more thing. You know what's funny about why he hates me so much because of how small I am and everything? Did you notice some of the people that he tried sending after me? For example, Maxwell Verdi, who's pretty much about my size and is a few years younger than me. Mm-hmm. And yet he seems to be able to overlook all that. I find that I find that ironic that he criticizes me because of how I look and how small I am, apparently, and how young I am, and dare I say, apparently how young I am too, because he thinks I'm still in my teens apparently. But yet he's got a dude who is only just out of his teens, younger than me, and you see the problem here. You see the irony here. I'm sure you do. Okay. But anyway.
So let's if this is a new Trickster, what can you tell me about these other guys like Omega King, TM Hick, Tommy Tombstone? We talked about Showtime, Shane Garrison, who, by the way, we are told by our producers do not mention that name again. But then Sean Wolf is also in the picture here. So what is something about each of these guys I just mentioned? What is something about them that they could have been in your spot? They could have been in your situation, like you said. What if Max Verdi was the World Heavyweight Champion right now?
For a good number of these guys in this match, they already have been World Champion. They were in this spot, and in a lot of, and for some of these guys, they were in this spot before I even was, so to speak.
Did RJW drop the ball on this? I mean, did you honestly probably, like, no offense to you, sir, or anything, but do you feel RJW dropped the ball on this? I mean, could we had, once again, TM Hick as World Heavyweight Champion, Tombstone, once again, World Heavyweight Champion, Verdi, once again, World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, what's going on here, man? Like, let me know. Talk to me, man.
Tombstone fits the bill as far as showing up regularly.
True.
And that's no disrespect to the other two, but I feel like at times, like now don't get me wrong, there's a lot of us. I'm far from the only person that shows up every single night that I'm booked, and even shows up on nights that I'm not booked.
Mm-hmm.
Look, life happens, and you got to take care of that. So that's why I don't really get on either of them that much, because life happens and stuff. But at the same time, it is what it is.
Okay.
That's the most respectful answer I can come up with. The most honest and respectful answer I could.
I got some IWC questions for you. Question one, this whole beef between you and Marcus, well, I shouldn't really call him Marcus Wolf anymore. Let's just call him by his real name, Sean Wolf.
These wrestling's supposedly only legit fighter?
I mean, bring it down for us. I mean, how did this all happen? It seems to me this goes way deeper than what we know.
Actually, you pretty much hit it right on the head. And you know what? Thinking about it, it seems to me like it's this. Even deeper, I'll even go even deeper. Fun fact for those who are not familiar with RGW's early days, back before he discovered his Native American heritage, before he suddenly transformed into what he now calls wrestling's only legit fighter, supposedly. He was the original owner of when it was called WCC. Didn't think you'd hear that name in a while, did you?
Wow, you're going to the attic on this one.
Going to the attic. He was the one that signed my original contract. He's also the one that was part of the unit when I was one of their frequent targets. He was also the one who feuded with me over his Mayhem Championship. And boy, you want to talk about sucktastic, to say the very least.
Wow.
But you know what's funny about that? And you know what? I'm gonna get to that real quick. The thing that Mayhem title run and this current tag team title run that he's on, people only care about it because of who's chasing after it.
True.
Whether it be me going after the Mayhem title, which I have more Mayhem in one finger than he could ever have in his whole damn body, Wolf or no Wolf. Or whether it be THG challenging for the tag team belts, that I'm probably the only person in this company that remembers that they have tag team belts. Because when Beautiful Chaos had them, we didn't have that problem.
Wow.
So step your game up, please.
Wow.
And you know what the funny thing is? There's been he's beaten me a number of times, I'll say it. Let's see, whether it's been the Lucha Cup last year, him making me tap out, yes, it happened.
Right.
Whether it's been the Eddie Guerrero Memorial Tournament that same year, all that stuff, even through all of that, the fact of the matter remains, he still feels his ego is still burning like the Roman Empire because of this fact. It eats him alive every single night that he wakes up and realizes that he has never been world champion, and I've done it 3 times. The same person that he always thought was beneath him. The same person that he never seemed to take 100% seriously. The same person that he never seemed to think about just what he was capable of. It eats him alive. It burns his soul. It scars his pride, which I'm sure he would know a lot about considering his Native American ancestry, of course. Right. So that's really gotta sit poorly with him. The fact of the matter is, it's his ego.
Oh,
I know it.
Okay.
He knows it. You know it. Everyone else in RGW knows it. The universe damn sure knows it. That the one thing that that's always eluded him is the world title. The one thing that was ripped away from me in 20 seconds, but look where I am now.
Wow.
The same world title that prior to the 20 seconds thing, it eluded me for the longest time, and for years after the 20 seconds thing. Do you realize after the 20 seconds thing, I wouldn't get that title back until 2 years later.
Okay. So
and then when I lost it took another 2 years prior to Here Comes the Money to get it back. I've been through the ups. I've been through the downs. I've lost. You have. I mean, the amounts of moments that I'd rather take back are quite astounding. Whether it be losing to Mo Money, yes, that happened. Wow. Whether it be the tap out thing, yes, that's happened. Whether it be the 20 seconds thing, yes, that's happened. But through it all, I stayed. Through it all, I stuck through it, and through it all, I cut straight through it like the sharpest sword in the deck.
Champ,
meanwhile,
relax, champ. But let me break it back to you. Just to tone it down just a little bit, and let me bring it back up real quick. So, the IWC, Sean Wolf, Carlos Cazadores, they're all claiming that you're basically not good enough. In my eyes,
that I'm not good enough?
I feel in my eyes, I feel you've grown. You've grown like to and not in a homo way. And no, I'm not making fun of you when I say this, but yes, you've grown and you become this, almost like you just gain some wings like a butterfly. You know what I'm saying?
I would prefer dragon, but I guess you.
Okay, let's go with dragon. I mean, look, honestly. Everybody looked at you as this little guy. The IWC looks at you like a little guy. Carlos Cazadores looks at you like a little guy. Are you a little guy? It seems to me that these people are just bashing you because of your size.
Just because I'm only 6 foot doesn't mean I can't be larger than life. That whole thing about don't judge a book by its cover. This is one of the biggest instances of don't judge a book by its cover. I'm small. Yes, I don't look that strong. Yes, I'm quirky. Yes, I'm a bit of a loner. Yes, I tend not to talk as much as certain others would. Yeah, I'm not exactly flashy. I'm not exactly spotlight heavy. I'm not exactly the Hollywood ideal type. And yet, I stand here as world heavyweight champion. I stand here as the best damn wrestler in RGW. I stand here as someone, to use a video game term, who level grinded like a motherfucker and counting.
Wow. Okay. Let's fast forward real quick. Summer Bloody Summer. Carlos Cazadores issued a challenge. He wanted your head on a silver platter. What happens? He puts you in a fatal 5-way match. Winner takes all. It was going to be you. And all these... Look, hold on. Let me cut that out. Let me start all over. Because I forgot who was in the fatal 5-way. Hold on.
It was me, Swindle, Showtime, T5, and No Mercy.
Where do I have? I had it somewhere else. The fuck? Okay. See, this is what I hate about... Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Okay. Continue.
Let me start all over.
Yep.
So, Trickster, Carlos Castadores had you in a match. Summer Bloody Summer. It was going to be yourself going up against Swindle, Showtime, T5, and, of course, the former RGW World Heavyweight Champion, No Mercy. Break it down for us. Did you honestly think this was the night you were going to drop the ball? This was the night you were going to drop the title? This was the night that all the naysayers were like, you know what? We told you so.
Oh, well, this was the night that Carlos's nightmares would finally be over. The night that his dream could finally be realized, and he could finally take a good nap for the first time in a while, and he can dream into the sunset, right? No. You know what's funny? He wanted my head on a silver platter, but I keep sending his personal executioners back. I keep sending them back broken, bloody, and bruised, like it's a damn hit list. Like I'm a one-man murder spree.
A lot of people are saying No Mercy deserves another rematch. Is it possible?
Yeah, it's completely possible. I've been waiting for the moment that he gets his rematch. I say this all the time whenever I'm champion and the former champion wants a shot at me. Anytime you want to come in unsuccessfully and spectacularly fail to get your title back, anytime you want, it's good with me. You know, anytime you want to be Carlos's next foolproof plan that's soon to spectacularly backfire in his face like a freaking time bomb as I continue to be RGW World Heavyweight Champion is fine with me. You know, because you know why? Carlos, I stand for everything he hates. You know, someone with someone with great talent. Not that the rest of the locker room isn't talented, but I'm going to be perfectly frank here. Someone who's very talented, someone who actually looks young enough to look like a main event guy, someone who can actually go someone who can actually go a week without having to pull out brass knuckles and inexplicably hit people's ribs.
Wow.
Someone who doesn't turn Gladiators Ball matches into Hardcore Heaven 96.
Ouch. Shout out to No Mercy out there.
Someone who, at the moment, someone who, even though I get called fruitcake by him, someone who him and his career doesn't feel like the boot cake that somebody in Philadelphia is probably going to give him this Christmas, like absolute shit.
Wow. Okay, so you have 4 people. Carlos Castadores is once again setting up another pay-per-view. Later in October, it will be, of course, Cage of Fury. You got No Mercy. You got T5. You got guys like Showtime. Shoot, you even got people like Swindle. And now throwing his name in there as well, you also got guys like Max Payne. Trickster, yep. If it was up to you right now, who would you want to face out of those 5?
I think the better question would be, who wouldn't I want to face? Because at this point in time, I really don't care.
Do you feel
I really don't. It sounds like a cliche answer, but I'm being as honest as I can. I really don't care because I don't care who it's going to be. I'm walking out of Cage of Fury, kicking down the gates of hell, the same hell that Carlos talked about that my title run was going to be, that my life was going to be. I keep showing everybody the gates every single time I step in that ring. Every single time I step in that ring, it's nothing more than a 5-star match in the making. Every single time that I step in the ring, it's match of the night. Every single time that I step in that ring, you know damn well why I'm World Heavyweight Champion and why I've been World Heavyweight Champion for as long as I have. Right. And again, against the best competition that wrestling has to offer. Many of those same men who have all been world champion at least once, or in T5 and Payne's case especially, multiple times, twice and 3 times.
since you brought that up, I mean, a lot of people are saying the high vote for this one would be Showtime. A lot of people are saying Showtime's time has come. But on the other hand, once again, let's go to the IWC. IWC is saying it would be awesome to see T5, a guy who's been like a brother to you, a guy who's been like a mentor to you. What if it's you and T5 at Cage of Fury?
If it's me and T5 at Cage of Fury, he knows damn well I'm not holding back. This Trickster that you happen to be talking to, and T5 and everybody else in the back knows this. This ain't the same Trickster from 2013. This ain't the same Trickster from 2014. This ain't the same Trickster for 2015. This ain't even the same Trickster from last year. This Trickster is, well, I'm probably the purest. I'm probably the best representation of that chaotic Trickster moniker that you've ever seen. See, the thing about me is I don't reveal secrets, and you never know what's going to come up next. I mean, that's been my whole thing since day one, but I seem to embody that a lot more nowadays. and that's without my weapons of choice.
By the way, speaking of secrets, on the next Rampage, it will be the Eddie Guerrero Memorial 8-man tournament. 8 men will enter. Chaotic Trickster, I got to ask you, are you going to be participating in this?
Well, as someone that's a former tournament winner, that would be I want to. I should be. You know, we need the best for this tournament. This is a tournament dedicated to one of the all-time greats. This is a tournament dedicated to someone whom, even though he had a troubled past, he carved through the darkness in his past and forged a light in his future. And even though he may rest in peace, even though his body may have turned to dust, even though he may still be in a grave, his legend, his legacy, it continues living on. And you know what? You don't have to be the same nationality as him. You don't have to be a part of his family. You don't have to have the same nationality as him to appreciate and aspire to be just how damn good of a wrestler, and for that matter, of a person that he was.
Awesome.
Whether it be the fact that he was the best man at JBL's wedding. You never thought I'd say that, would you? A man who he feuded with over the WWE title in brutal, bloody matches, most notably that Texas Bull Rope match at Great American Bash. Or someone who, by the way, he started doing the frog splash because of his original tag team partner, the late Art Barr. Someone whom could have been WWE champion a lot longer than he was, but he wanted to put others over.
Okay.
Someone whom lied, cheated, and stole. If you don't mind me adding this last part, someone who lied, cheated, and stole his way to our hearts. And we were all thankful for it.
Indeed, he did. Also, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we also got the Lucha Cup. That's right. Lucha Cup World Cup is not in Mexico this year. I repeat, it is not in Mexico this year.
Ironic.
It will now be held at the Tokyo Dome in Japan, by the way. You know where I'm going with this. The question is this, Trickster, will
sorry,
you be
Wrestle
there?
Kingdom.
The question is, will you be there?
Yeah. Yes, I will. This is a tournament that, I mean, the best of the best from every company show up. I mean, why wouldn't I be there? I mean, it is the best of the best from every company, from every corner of the world. Regardless of what country you're from, regardless of what style of wrestling you do, everyone who's anyone is going to be there. Like a certain two individuals that have had my back the last two tournaments, and a certain two individuals that will be joining me for this one as well. That's AJ Styles and Austin Aries. Now, you may be thinking, oh my goodness, he's repeating. Oh my goodness, why don't you get some different partners? See, the thing about me is, if I have a tag team if I have a partner, we're going to stick it out. We're going to tough it out until we reach the goal. I mean, just ask Bella on that.
On that note, also, don't forget, also, returning, Isabella returns live on Rampage TV. That's right, October 10th in Los Angeles. Are you happy about this? I mean, let's just be honest about it. Are you happy about this? I mean, are you so excited about this? I mean, hey, could we see a BC reunion? I mean, what's going on? What's the scoop?
Well, whether you want to call it a reunion or not. By the way, Bea, if you're listening, don't think I forgot about our dates that I promised you so long ago. Don't think I forgot about them. Catch you later.
Also, don't forget, congratulations to T5, the new head coach over at the RGW boot camp.
Well, as the man that's been running the HKS dojo like a well-oiled machine, who better to put in that position? Say what you will about him being arrogant. Say what you will about him being savage. But the fact of the matter is, he's every bit as good as he says he is. You know, I can attest to that. So, yeah, it may look. My answer may not be flashy, but I'm just telling it like it is.
There you go. That's all we ask. Also, we also got a news bulletin here. Apparently, Trickster, you declined to host the Nickelodeon Awards, but it seems to me that Showtime decided to host the MTV Video Music Awards. What are you going to say about that? I mean, it's almost saying like
Good
he
for
took
him.
your spot.
Good for him.
I mean, you don't feel like he took your spot?
It's not really a spot that I wanted to begin with. Can he really take something that I never felt was mine to begin with?
I mean, what's wrong with the Trickster being the host over at the MTV Music Awards?
No, it's not really anything against the MTV Music Awards, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where I don't pay as much attention to it as certain others might. Trust me, I have my events that I like to be at. I have my events that I'd like to host. It just the events that I'd like to host be different from everybody else's. To put it mildly.
I got you on that one.
I said, I'm a bit unconventional. I'm not really the main. I've never tried to be a mainstream type, you know.
Right. Okay, so let's get into some questions from the fans. A lot of people want to know out there. This question comes in from Twitter, and this is from Strawberry Girl 101. She says, Trickster, how does it feel to become soon to be the longest reigning World Heavyweight Champion in RGW history?
Oh, that was a nice little throwback comment that you made there, Strawberry Girl. Thank you. Paying attention very well, I see. Quite the historian. Well, being one half of the longest reigning tag team champions, I mean, let's keep this ride going, shall we? Mm-hmm. Let's see what plans Carlos has. Let's see how much longer we can keep playing this game. Let's see how much longer I can keep pissing you off. I can keep living my dream, and I can keep fueling your nightmares. And just how long I can prove, will prove that I am still the best in RGW. That I am RGW, that I am its heart, and I am its soul.
All right, we got another question here. This is from the Trickster Army in Dallas. Whoa, okay. Trickster Army in Dallas says, hey, Trickster, how does it feel that Carlos Castadores did approve on something right, and he ended up leaking a picture saying, hey, you know what, this is Team RGW. And it says hashtag RGW versus EWF. Ooh, I know what he's talking about here. Now,
I do. I've seen all the tweets about it, believe it or not.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, all the tweets have been pouring out. There was a picture that was leaked out by Carlos Castadores, and it had the Chaotic Trickster, the Revolution Club. And believe it or not, it didn't have Showtime, but it did have Max Payne. My question to you is this. I mean, maybe, is there a possibility you and Carlos could probably hash things up a bit? I mean, it seems to me he was
hash things up a bit is a bit of a stretch, you know.
I mean, look at this team he has. He has you. He has the Revolution Club, Ken Kings, and No Mercy.
Well, really, it's because he basically has no choice. But
then he had another picture floating. But then he had another picture floating around M2S, the Revolution Club, and yourself.
If I were him, I would probably pull back on the M2S one, considering everything happening with them right now, to say the very least.
Oh wow! We just got a brand new tweet. This one comes in actually from Rich Banks. Wow! In a state, Trickster, the time has come. What side are you on, RGW or EWF? Oh wow!
I'm not surprised he did this tweet because of the fact that I'm also in... You know what? I'll be honest. I'm also in EWF. I happen to be their chaotic champion, 2-time first ever. Go figure. How fitting, considering the name.
You know, Trickster, I'm kind of wondering, what side would you be on? I mean, are you walking in there with an RGW T-shirt, if that match ever did happen, or are you walking in with an EWF T-shirt?
Ooh. This would be if you think about it, this would be a fun question to ask everyone in RGW, because most everyone in RGW was also in EWF. Oh boy, would this be a sadistic choice turned up to 11? Oh, who's gonna remain loyal to RGW? Who's gonna pull a Big Show and have a T-shirt representing one show, and then take it off to reveal the opposing show's T-shirt? Because you know somebody would probably do that.
Right. Okay. This next question comes to us from T5 Nation, and it states, Hey, Trickster, does Sean Wolf deserve a title shot? It's been trending all day. Hashtag bring in the Wolf.
Here's my thing. Yes, but let me explain. What's funny about this thing about Wolf is the fact that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, now all of a sudden, they're talking about wanting Wolf to be champion, which I understand, which is fine. You know, you support who you want. What I've always wondered, though, I've also heard rumblings about how it was politics and all this other stuff that kept him away from the title, which is ironic considering he literally owned the damn show at one point, and he and the unit were basically the freaking clique. Yes, I went there because that was true. Because it's true. Mm-hmm. If you see the early years, you'll know why I said that.
Right.
All the way down to the pedigree super kick combo. But anyway.
Ouch.
But anyway, it's not politics. You know what? It's not politics. It's not favoritism. It's not nepotism. It's not it's like, we're friends with this guy, so we'll just reward him. Oh no, we're gonna do finger poke of doom. Oh no, we're gonna be Kevin Nash in the booking committee. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna do that. That's why Brandon's shit. No.
Oh wow.
If anybody can ever talk about being held down by the machine, being held down by the system, being undercut and undermined every chance the machine could get, I probably fit that bill more than pretty much anybody else.
Awesome. Trickster, before we go, any last words for all your fans, supporters, anybody out there, anything you want to get off your chest? Go ahead. The time is now.
I don't necessarily try to sound too panderish, if that's even a word. To everyone who actually appreciates my talent, to everyone who knew deep down what I was capable of, to everybody who actually took me seriously, and to everyone who doesn't let outside factors determine opinions of my wrestling ability, thank you.
Awesome.
I know it doesn't sound flashy. I know it doesn't sound exciting or great. I don't need it to be exciting or great because it's true. And
well, Mr. Carlos Castador. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. And one more thing. Thank you, Carlos, for making the biggest mistake of your entire life and putting me in that Here Comes the Money qualifying match against Kings all them months ago. Little did you, and thank you also for motivating me even more by keeping me out of that six-man number one contenders match. You know, the same one that Shane Garrison inexplicably was in. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry that I said something again that I wasn't supposed to say. Thank you. Because look where we are now, and look at how much you are kicking yourself every single day because of it. Your pride has been broken, just like all the bottles of liquor that you break across the wall every single time I retain my title. All the strands of hair that you pull out every single time I'm announced as still the champion. All of the sleepless nights and all of the broken, and chances are, all of the ruined suits and temper tantrums thrown in your office because this 6-foot little boy from Kansas has been has been corrupting your vision so much, Visine would not be able to fucking fix it.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, he is your RGW World Heavyweight Champion, the Chaotic Trickster. Thank you guys for listening to Brawl Uncut. My name is Adam Cole, and we'll see you guys next week.